So let us start with the next part. पुढचा भाग बघूया आता आपण. Earth's gravitational force. So will the velocity of stone thrown vertically upward remain constant or will it change with time? So suppose you take a stone and you throw it up. What will happen to the velocity? Yes, you know that when you throw anything up, it comes down. What happens to the velocity? Velocity initially is maximum. It goes on reducing and then at a point it becomes zero. Then the stone will start coming down. The velocity will go on increasing till it touches the ground. तर खालून वर दगड फेकल्यानंतर त्याची व्हेलॉसिटी कशी बदलते ते विचारले. तर खालून वर फेकल्यानंतर काय होतं की पहिल्यांदा व्हेलॉसिटी मॅक्सिमम असते. ती कमी 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 होत जाते. एका पॉइंटला येऊन ती झिरो होते आणि मग ती परत वाढत जाते खालच्या दिशेने. हे कशामुळे होतं तर ग्रॅव्हिटीमुळे होतं. So how it changes? Why doesn't the stone move up all the time? Why does it fall down reaching a certain height? What does the maximum height depend on? तर काही क्वेश्चन्स विचारले आहेत. So they have asked some questions and you have to answer them. So whenever we throw a stone upward, gravity is pulling it downward. Up and down, as you know, is relative. But when if you are standing on the surface of Earth and we look at the sky, that is up for us. So when we throw anything upwards, the velocity goes on decreasing. Initially it is maximum, then it goes on decreasing till a point where it becomes zero. And then the stone starts moving in opposite direction. So Earth attracts every object near it towards itself. That is because of the gravitational force. So center of mass of Earth is situated at its center. So gravitational force on any object due to Earth is always directed towards the center of the Earth. So because of this, what is happening? All the things are attracted vertically downwards towards the Earth. So Newton was thinking about this, why they are going vertically downwards. So this is the answer, because the force is directed vertically downwards on the Earth. Similarly, when we throw a stone vertically upwards, this force tries to pull it down and reduces its velocity. Due to this constant downward pull, the velocity becomes zero after a while. The pull continues to be exerted and the stone starts moving vertically downwards towards the center of the Earth under its influence. तर हा जो स्टोन आहे तो खाली ओढला जातोय डाऊनवर्ड पुल ग्रॅव्हिटीमुळे आणि म्हणून तो काय सरफेस पर्यंत येतो. आता इथे क्वेश्चन दिलेला आहे बघा, एक्झाम्पल आहे. कॅल्क्युलेट द ग्रॅव्हिटेशनल फोर्स ड्यू टू अर्थ ऑन महेंद्र. सो महेंद्रज मास वी नो 75 kg. कॅपिटल जी व्हॅल्यू तुम्हाला लर्न करायची आहे. Capital R, that is the radius of the Earth, is given. Mass of the Earth is also given. You put all those values here. Capital G m1 m2 upon r square. After solving this, you will get the answer 733 Newton. Now, many of the students have problem in solving this. So simple basic multiplication you do. The power of 10 you take separately, and 6.67 into 75 into 6 that you multiply, and then divide with 6.4 into 6.4. So 6.4 square it is. So 6.4 into 6.4, first you multiply like this and then divide it. So you will get the answer 733 Newton, which is a big number. So mass of Earth, if you consider, it is very large. Mass of Mahendra is very less, but the gravity that comes out to be, that is 733 Newton, and that's why we feel the gravity on Earth. So starting from rest, what will be Mahendra's velocity after 1 second if it fall down? Now if somebody is falling down, what will happen? There will be acceleration. तर कोणी उडी मारली तर ऍक्सेलरेट होतं कारण ते ग्रॅव्हिटी आहे. तर ग्रॅव्हिटीची फोर्स त्यांनी दिलेली आहे 733 न्यूटन. So Mahendra's acceleration will be F upon m, that is 733 upon 75. Then we put the value v is equal to u plus at. That is the final velocity. U म्हणजे initial velocity, A म्हणजे acceleration, T म्हणजे time. त्या सगळ्या व्हॅल्यूज टाकल्या, त्याचा आन्सर आला 9.77 मीटर पर सेकंड. So 1.83 into 10 raised to 9 times Mahendra's velocity in example 2. So ही खूप जास्त velocity आहे. So thus if the Earth attracts Apple towards itself, Apple also attracts Earth towards itself. Then why does the apple fall towards the Earth? आता बघा, अर्थ ऍपलला अट्रॅक्ट करते आणि ऍपल सुद्धा अर्थला अट्रॅक्ट करतोय. कारण आपण काय म्हटलंय की ग्रॅव्हिटी ही दोन ऑब्जेक्ट मध्ये असते. म्हणजे कुठलेही दोन ऑब्जेक्ट, एनी टू ऑब्जेक्ट्स इफ यू सी देर इज ग्रॅव्हिटी. दॅट मीन्स Apple is also attracting the earth. But you see, the inertia of earth is very large. Earth is massive object. To move the earth, lot of force is necessary. To move the apple, less force is necessary. Therefore, apple comes towards the earth and not earth goes to the apple. Even if it is going, the velocity is so small that you cannot understand that. You cannot feel it. So similar situation exists for artificial satellite orbiting the earth. So the moon and artificial satellites are there in the orbit. So earth attracts them itself, unlike the falling apple. They do not fall on earth because they are in orbit. They have horizontal velocity. So if velocity was not there, they would have fallen. But they have some velocity, that's why they are moving around the earth. So Earth's gravitational acceleration. So the force. So gravitational force due to Earth is called as the gravitational acceleration. The force मुळे काय होतं? Acceleration तयार होतं. Force produces acceleration. So acceleration produced due to gravity, that is called as acceleration due to gravity. Small g is the symbol here. Acceleration is a vector, as gravitational force on any object due to Earth is directed towards the center of the Earth. It is also towards the center of the Earth. Now look at this derivation. So capital F means what? Force of gravity. Capital G M upon R square. So capital G, you know, that is a constant. M is the capital mass of Earth. Small m is the mass of object. So if an object is attracted to the Earth, we can use this formula. There is one more formula for force. F is equal to mg. F is equal to mg, mass into acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. हा दुसरा फॉर्म्युला आहे. तर आपण ते दोन्ही फॉर्म्युला इक्वल केले, सर्कल केले बघा मी इकडे. So mg is equal to gmm upon r square. Small m gets cancelled. Small m gets cancelled. So what will be left? Small g is equal to capital G m upon r square. So instead of small r, we'll put capital R. So capital R is the radius of Earth. Capital mass, capital M is the mass of Earth. Capital G is the gravitational constant, and the answer comes out to be 9.77 meter per second square. So this is the value for acceleration due to gravity. So acceleration due to gravity depends only on the mass, that is the mass of Earth, and radius of Earth. So it is at a given point on the Earth is same for all objects. It does not depend on properties of the object. So if you throw a piano and a stone, small stone, they both will have the same acceleration due to gravity, because it does not depend on the mass of object. It does not depend on mass of object. So if you throw a big object or small object, a heavy object or a light object on the surface of Earth, gravity will be same for them. Gravitational acceleration will be same for them. Now how this gravity changes? There are small changes that are happening because of the surface of Earth. So first is the change along the surface of Earth. Now Earth is not perfectly round. Earth जी आहे ती पूर्णपणे राऊंड नाहीये. ती इक्वेटरला थोडीशी बल्ज झालेली आहे रोटेशन मुळे. सो ड्यू टू रोटेशन अर्थ बल्जेस ऍट द इक्वेटर. थोडीशी बल्ज झालेली, तिचा शेप थोडासा बाहेर आलेला आहे. अँड इट इज फ्लॅटर ऍट द पोल्स. तर पोल्सला थोडीशी फ्लॅट आहे. The radius is the largest at equator and smallest at the poles. So the value also changes. The small g value is highest 9.832 meter per second square at poles and decreases, that is 9.78 meter per second square at equator. इक्वेटरला त्याची व्हॅल्यू दिलेली. हे दोन्ही व्हॅल्यूज तुम्हाला लर्न करायचे. Now change with height. So as we go above the Earth's surface, the value of r in equation 5 increases and the value of small g decreases. So however, the decrease is rather small for heights which are small in comparison to the Earth's radius. So for example, remember that radius of Earth is 6,400 kilometers. So in an aeroplane is flying at height of 10 kilometers above the surface of Earth, the distance from the Earth's surface changes from 6,400 to 6,410. एरोप्लेन मध्ये तुम्ही चाललाय 10 किलोमीटर वरती आहे तर किती चेंज झाला डिस्टन्स खूप थोडा so the change is very small 6,400 and 6,410 only 10 kilometers is nothing negligible. So on the other hand, if you are an artificial satellite, then the value of G really changes. So here this is a table makes you to understand this. A table वरनं खूप गोष्टी समजतात आपल्याला. सरफेस ऑफ अर्थ तिथे हाईट 0 आहे. सरफेस वर पासून सुरू केलं आपण तर तिथे 9.8 ही G ची व्हॅल्यू आहे, स्मॉल g. Now if you go to a typical communication satellite, that value of G becomes very less, 35,700 kilometers away from the surface of Earth. Earth पासून तुम्ही लांब जायचं. Go away from the surface of Earth. How far? 35,700 kilometers. So you get G value 0.225. Okay. Now you can go to Everest. Then also the value of G is same. Everest का जास्त नहीं है. Everest is not far much away from the surface of Earth. It is only 8.8 kilometers. So this height is nothing as compared to the radius of Earth. 8.8 kilometer feels a lot when you start going up, but it is nothing as compared to the radius of Earth. That's why it is negligible. Now next is depth. So value of G also changes with depth. So as you go inside the Earth, you are coming near the center of the Earth. So the value of G will decrease. Okay, because the part of the Earth that is pulling you downwards or towards the center will reduce. So when you go to the center, what will happen? You will be pulled from all side outside the Earth, and therefore what will happen? The gravity will cancel each other. So here they have given the value of R decreases. You would think that G will increase, but as the part of Earth which contributes to the gravitation also decreases. So which means the value of M, that is also decreasing. M म्हणजे mass of Earth. आता mass of Earth का decrease होते का? नाही. पण ते जे mass जे तुम्हाला center कडे attract करते ते मात्र कमी होते कारण तुम्ही center कडे चाललाय. तुम्ही center मध्ये गेला तर चारी बाजूनी तुम्हाला ते बाहेर ओढायचा प्रयत्न करेल. When you are in the center, you will be attracted all sides outside the Earth. Okay. So they will cancel each other. All the forces will cancel each other and you will not be left with anything. And the value of G will become 0 at the center of the Earth. Every planet and satellite has different mass and radius. Hence, according to the equation, the G value will be different. बघा, moon वरती तुमची G ची value वेगळी आहे. So on moon, the value of G is 1/6 of the value on Earth. So same force, we can jump 6 times higher as compared to Earth. So if you jump on moon, you will go higher, 6 times higher. So you just try to jump. As you jump, you will go a little bit up on Earth. But with the same force, if you jump on moon, then you will go really high in the sky. खूप उंच जाणार तुम्ही, sky वरती जाणार. Now let us try to understand what is mass and weight. So mass is the amount of matter present in the object. कुठल्याही ऑब्जेक्ट मध्ये जे मॅटर प्रेझेंट आहे त्यालाच आपण मास असं म्हणतो. SI unit of mass is kilogram. Mass is a scalar quantity, so it does not require direction. Okay, so remember the SI unit, kilogram. The value remains same, it doesn't change anywhere. So you go to moon, the mass will remain the same. You go to Jupiter, mass will remain same. Okay, mass does not change and it is measured in kilogram. Kilogram is what? It's just a comparison. So we have something which is 1 kilo. We compare everything with that as standard. That is called as a standard. Okay, तर 1 किलोची वस्तू आपण ठेवली आहे त्याला कंपेअर करतो की त्याच्यामध्ये जे मास आहे त्याच्यामध्ये जे मॅटर आहे त्याच्याशी कंपेअर करतो आपण सगळ्या गोष्टी. So weight of an object is defined as the force with which the earth attracts object. कुठल्याही ऑब्जेक्टला अट्रॅक्ट करते earth. तर ते जे फोर्स आहे त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणायचं? वेट म्हणायचं. Okay, so weight formula is mg. Small g is equal to capital G m upon r square. So SI unit Newton है. It is a vector quantity. It is directed to the center of the earth. Center कडे ती direct झाली, attract झाली. As the value of G is not same everywhere, the weight of object changes from place to place, but mass is constant everywhere. तर लक्षात काय ठेवायचे की G ची व्हॅल्यू सेम नाहीये, स्मॉल g ची व्हॅल्यू. त्यामुळे काय वेट चेंजेस फ्रॉम प्लेस टू प्लेस. म्हणजे तुम्ही अर्थवर असला की तुमचं वेट वेगळं आहे, तुम्ही मार्सवर गेलात वेट वेगळं आहे. Normally what we do, we use, suppose I ask you what is your weight, you will reply in kilogram. That is wrong actually. That is in Newton. Weight is always measured in Newton. But when we are comparing the masses, so we use kilogram. So we use scale balance in shops to compare two weights. That is actually we are comparing the masses. Okay. So actually mass is measured in kilogram and weight is measured in Newton. Remember this. Now gravitational waves. So now if you drop a stone on the surface of water, what will happen? It will produce waves. So waves is nothing but disturbance that is created. Similarly, if we disturb the atomic structure, then waves are produced that are called as electromagnetic wave. Light is also electromagnetic. जेव्हा तुम्ही पाण्यावरती दगड टाकता तेव्हा त्याचा सरफेस कसा होतो, डिस्टर्ब होतो आणि वेव्स तयार होतात. तसंच जेव्हा ॲटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर डिस्टर्ब होतं तेव्हा इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्स तयार होतात आणि जेव्हा स्पेस टाइम डिस्टर्ब होतं तेव्हा ग्रॅव्हिटेशनल वेव्स तयार होतात. The gravitational waves are very different. They have been called waves in fabric of space and time. Einstein predicted in 1916 about these. And then it is very difficult to detect them. But LIGO, that is Laser Interferometric Gravitational Wave Observatory, that has given us some indications that how these gravitational waves are. We have detected some of them. So Indian scientists have done a lot of work in it. So Indian scientists have contributed significantly in this discovery. Okay, the space-time जे आहे, space आणि time, it's like fabric आहे. त्या फॅब्रिक मध्ये जर काही चेंज झाला, त्याच्यामध्ये जर काही डिस्टर्बन्स झाला, तर त्यालाच आपण म्हणायचं ग्रॅव्हिटेशनल वेव्ह. त्यानंतर आहे फ्री फॉल. सो व्हॉट इज फ्री फॉल? So we know that the force of gravity is there due to the earth. Earth attracts everything. And if we have a stone and we release it, the only force that is up, if it is only gravity, then we say that the stone is falling freely. So whenever an object moves under the influence of only gravity, we see there it is falling freely. Okay, so this is the definition. You have to remember this big definition. की जेव्हा फक्त त्याच्यावरती ग्रॅव्हिटी काम करते तेव्हा त्याला म्हणायचं फ्री फॉल. आपण हातामध्ये दगड घेतला की त्याच्यावरती आपल्या हाताची फोर्स काम करते. When we hold the stone in our hand, there is a force acting which we are opposing the gravity. But when we release that stone, there is no other force acting on it and it is falling on the ground. Then we say that it is falling freely. A free fall initial velocity is always zero and then it gets accelerated due to gravity. Now frictional forces are there like air, then buoyant forces are there, but that reduces the speed. So if you have vacuum, then the true free fall will happen. So if you have two objects and we release them, any two objects, they should fall with the same velocity, but actually this is not same. That is because of the air resistance. So if you take a big stone and a small stone, both will, if they are released from the same height, they will touch the ground at the same time. But if you take a paper or a feather and then release it, then they will not touch the ground at the same time. If you do the experiment in vacuum, then anything that you release, they will, if two objects are there, they both will touch the ground at the same time. तर कुठलेही दोन ऑब्जेक्ट जर तुम्ही रिलीज केले तर ते एकाच वेळेस काय करतात, ग्राउंडला टच होतात. कारण काय त्यांनी सांगितले, ग्रॅव्हिटी सगळ्यांना सेम आहे. ग्रॅव्हिटेशनल ऍक्सेलरेशन इज सेम फॉर एव्हरीवन. नाउ द इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन चेंज बिकॉज u is equal to 0. So we have these equations. So these three equations, they are for free fall. हे फ्री फॉलचे इक्वेशन्स. V is equal to gt. V means final velocity. G means acceleration due to gravity. T means time. S is displacement. Then G, small g is acceleration. Remember, small cap. Yeah, I have explained you. So there is one more thing that you have to understand. The A value, A means acceleration, that is written as G. And for calculating the motion of object thrown upwards, acceleration is taken negative. G ची value आपण negative घ्यायची कारण ते opposite आहे direction of gravity. When you throw upward, when the object is moving upward, then the acceleration is negative, no, because it is reducing the velocity of the object going up. कुठली गोष्ट वर जेव्हा जाते तेव्हा त्याची ऍक्सलरेशन निगेटिव्ह आहे कारण त्याची स्पीड कमी कमी होत जाते. Moon and artificial satellites are moving only under the influence of gravitational field, so they are in free fall. So here they have given the value of G is same for all objects irrespective of their masses and properties. कुठलाही ऑब्जेक्ट घ्या त्याच्यासाठी G ची व्हॅल्यू सेम आहे. Galileo said that he has done some experiments in 1590. खूप वर्षापूर्वी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स केलेले. Leaning Tower of Pisa, he released two masses of two spheres of different masses. एक मोठा स्फिअर होता, एक छोटा स्फिअर होता, एक जड होता, एक हलका होता. त्यांनी दोघांना रिलीज केलं. आता तुम्हाला काय वाटेल की तुम्ही टेरेसवर उभे आहात आणि तुम्ही दोन वस्तू फेकल्या तर काय होईल की तुम्हाला वाटेल की जड वस्तू खाली लवकर जाईल, पण तसं होत नाही. You think that the heavy objects fall faster, but that is not true. Okay, now if you have a paper and you release the paper, then it will not be seen because of air resistance. But if you have two stones, one is a small one and the bigger one, both will touch the ground at the same time when released from the same height. एकाच हाईटवरून दोन दगड सोडले की ते एकाच वेळेस खाली टच होत. जर तुम्ही युट्यूबवर बघितलं तर त्याच्यावरती आहे, तुम्ही एक्सपेरिमेंट व्हॅक्यूम मध्ये जर केला तर ते दोन्ही फेदर्स आणि हे सुद्धा खालीच पडणार. Now there are some solved example. Observe them. An iron ball of mass 3 kg is released from the height 125 meter and falls freely. Assuming the value of G as 10, calculate the time taken, velocity of the ball reaching the ground, height. So here you can see the formula, Newton's second law, S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now A value is 0 here. So we put the values and we get T value as 5. Now you have to learn the equations. All these Newton's equation you have to learn. See, calculate this, solve the examples again and again, how they have solved, put the values, do the calculation, and then you will have practice. Practice केल्याशिवाय काय उपयोग नाही. तर T ची value, T म्हणजे time taken, that is 5 seconds. Now you put it in the next, S is equal to ut plus half at square, U is equal to 0, and then the time taken to go up and come down, that is 5 seconds. So time taken to go up will be 2.5. So for that we have to calculate the height. So we'll take T value as 2.5. T ची value आपण 2.5 घेऊया. ओके, आणि त्याच्यानंतर आपण S ची व्हॅल्यू काढलेली आहे ती 31.25 मीटर आहे. Height of the ball at half time will be 125 minus, so that will be 93.75. Okay. Now a tennis ball thrown up reaches at a height of 4.05 meters. Before coming to ground, what is initial velocity? How much total time will be taken? G value is 10. The सगळ्या values टाकायच्या. V square is equal to U square plus 2S. This is the third equation. V means final velocity. When it comes down and touches the ground, the final velocity will be 0. Okay. When it is going up at a certain point, again it will become 0. So V value, that is final value of velocity when the ball is traveling upwards, will become 0, and that's why it is taken as 0 here. So you put the value, initial velocity was 81. So U square is equal to 81. So U will be equal to 9, square root of 81. Now let us consider the downward motion. So downward motion, suppose the ball takes T seconds to come down. So initial velocity will be 0, and you know the distance covered. You put the values. S is equal to ut plus half at square. S you know 4.05. Time taken will be 0.9 seconds. So ball takes 0.9 seconds to reach the ground. So it takes the same time to go up and come down. So total time will be 0.9 into 2. That will be 1.8 seconds. So with practice, you will understand these things. Now gravitational potential energy. So we have studied that potential energy is nothing but the stored energy. जी energy store केलेली आहे त्यालाच आपण म्हणायचं potential energy. This energy is relative and increases as we go to greater heights. So we had assumed that potential energy of an object, mass m, height h, is mgh. Potential energy is the formula आहे हा. Okay, potential energy चा हा formula आहे. This is the formula of potential energy, mgh. Remember this. Then on the ground it is zero. अर्थ वरती एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट आहे त्याची पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी झिरो आहे. Whenever the object is going taken upwards, then the potential energy increases. On the surface of Earth, the potential energy is zero. So for an object at infinite distance, the value of g is zero and the Earth's gravitational force does not act on it. So कुठलीही गोष्ट जर तुम्ही लांब नेली, खूप लांब नेली, if you take anything very very far away, how far? At infinity. You take it at infinity, what will happen? The value of gravity will become zero. Now escape velocity. Now remember, when you throw anything upwards, it comes down. But if you throw something or if you launch a rocket and the velocity is very high, what will happen? Rocket doesn't come down then. Velocity should be very high. That is greater than the velocity to escape the gravitational force. That is the escape velocity. So we have seen that a ball thrown upwards, the velocity decreases because of the gravitation. The velocity becomes zero after reaching a certain height, and then it starts falling down. So whatever you throw up should fall down. So the displacement S is equal to minus u square upon 2g. So higher the initial velocity, if the initial velocity is very, very, very high, what will happen? The object will escape the gravity of Earth. So we have to go opposite to the gravity of Earth. So you should have a very high velocity. So force pulling the ball downward decreases as we go, keep increasing initial velocity, it will reach larger and larger heights. So if you throw the ball with a very large force, it will go higher. So more initial velocity, higher it will go. So any object going vertically upwards, the surface of the Earth having initial velocity equal to escape velocity escapes the gravitational force of the Earth. So this is what you have to understand. If you have very high velocity and it is greater than escape velocity, then it will escape Earth's gravitational force altogether. It will go away from the Earth. Force of gravity being inversely proportional to the square of distance becomes zero only at infinite distance. So it is never zero actually. You have to go to infinite distance. That means very, very, very far away, which you cannot count only. So gravity doesn't become zero at all. So there they have given the equations. If you put the values, kinetic energy is half mv square. Then you can see potential energy minus gmm upon r. You put those values. Okay. So total energy is kinetic plus potential, that becomes zero at infinite distance, on the infinite distance. And on the surface of Earth, here they are given. So if you put the values, you will get escape velocity as 11.2 kilometers per second. So escape velocity formula I have shown you. So you can see it here. It is circled. And you remember this velocity, that is 11.2 kilometer. You have to go with this much per second, not kilometer per hour. It is per second. That means more than 40,000 kilometer per hour. Okay. Normally what we say, 20 kilometer per hour, 100 kilometer per hour. But this is not kilometer per hour. This is kilometer per second. In 1 second, it has to cover 11.2 kilometer. Then only the object will escape the Earth's gravity. So here they have solved one example for escape velocity of moon also. On the right side, you can see escape velocity of moon is 2.3 kilometer per second. So if you go with this much in 1 second, 2.3 kilometer, you can escape the moon's gravity. Okay, this is the escape velocity of moon. Now people feel that when you are in space, you are weightless, but actually you are in free fall. That's why you feel as if you are weightless. So space travelers and the objects in spacecraft, they appear to be floating. Why is this so? Now the gravity has not become zero, but the gravity is less, only 11%, that is the value of the Earth. Thus the height of the spacecraft is not a reason for weightlessness. Their weightlessness is caused because they are in free fall. Remember this. So all the objects and the spacecraft is falling freely to the Earth. The only force acting on it. So gravitational force is there. As the velocity free fall does not depend on properties of object, velocity of free fall is the same for spacecraft and travelers. Thus, if the traveler releases an object from an ant, it will remain stationary with respect to Earth and will appear to be weightless. Okay. So read this chapter again and again. If you have any questions, you can comment below. I will be very happy to answer your questions. Okay, we'll stop here then. Goodbye.